Hello, and how's that? I think this is like my second live today, but I want to come to you personally to tell you why I offer the strangest, weirdest form of coaching, therapy, and training that I know that exists in the world. And the reason is because we are all different. So firstly, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name's Terry Messenger, and I'm a master NLP trainer for now over a decade. And I hope I haven't got chocolate around my mouth. Just let me know if I do. I'm drinking a nice chocolate smoothie at the moment, you guys. I'm being very lazy today. So basically, I became a trainer after my life completely transformed. Now, mostly when you go and you learn NLP or you learn hypnosis, what you're going to do is you're going to have an epic experience. That's the first thing you need to know. If you go to a really good training school, you're going to get a beautiful transformational experience. And why is this? It's because it happens fast. So you're going to be able to make change. Now, there's many coaches already in this group. There's many professional people already in this group, and there's many people that are already certified. So what I want to do is I want to tell you why I do things so weirdly. Now, firstly, weird is something, if you look it up in the dictionary, it is attached to extraordinary. So when you are dealing with people, what you've got to do is you've got to think of what actually works best for people, what is going to be the fastest way for them to learn. And you know what we discovered is actually learning hypnosis, learning the power of communication in hypnosis is the first greatest thing. And I want to give you a little bit of an example. Okay, so I'm going to run an example as if you are I've got a case study here in front of me. And the case study is talking about how they feel so stuck in their life, how they feel so overwhelmed, how they really want to reach for the stars, but they can't because they feel like they're held back by their own limitations. Now, this is usually fear. This is usually around fear of failure, fear of being ridiculed. It's usually fear of rejection of some sort, right? So Mr. Milton Erickson is the great hypnotist, and he knew how to make change in a person's world by just his words. So for example, if that person was stuck and they were unable to move forward, and they wanted to really reach the stars and have great success in their career and perhaps, you know, be able to earn more money, feel more energetic, feel more lit up, feel more alive, and have really rich, juicy relationships. But that wasn't the case because really they were beating themselves up, they were feeling suppressed, they were feeling down and out, they were tired, they were fatigued. Mr. Erickson would sit with them and say, isn't it nice to know that as you have felt all those experiences, as you've been stuck for so long, weren't you? And even though you may have felt all those limiting beliefs, didn't you? And even though the fears that you had may not even exist, because maybe the fear was just something that you made up in your mind, didn't you? And yet, isn't it wonderful to know that now you can experience the wonder of knowing how your life is going to expand, how your world is going to just improve radically now that you have so much more confidence, isn't it? Now, what I've just done is I have linguistically used specialized language to create a whole new way of thinking. So the hypnotic reframe and the ability to be able to teach people hypnotic language is the first thing that I do in my Master Key system before we go into the strategies and the techniques. Now, here's the next weird thing that I do. So when you're doing NLP 101, you're learning things like a swish pattern. Now, what is a swish pattern? It is a pattern where you get your brain to actually change an addiction or change a behavior or change, the way that you want to be. So if you're overindulging in food, or if you have a bad habit, or if you're drinking too much, or if you're unmotivated or you're procrastinating, what you do is in the switch pattern, you're creating the absolute you that you want to be. And that's the you that is motivated, that is the you that feels lit up, that is the you that's feeling so good. And, apart from the fact that we explore all the reasons, we go through this really exciting strategy of getting your mind to jump in and out of different states and embody both experiences, so you have a greater way to make the decision at a subconscious level of change. And then we do this really quick technique and we make the change. So, we have those patterns. We also have these really exciting parts integrations. So a parts integration is really, if you can imagine, a bridge. And in the bridge, you've got yourself on one side, and there you are stuck in your rut doing the thing that you know that you don't want to do anymore. But on the other side is nirvana. On the other side is you, crystal clear. It is you being able to claim your power, speak your truth. It is you with all of the skill sets, the courage, the confidence, and everything that you want. And the fact is, that's you way over there, and this is you here. Well, what we do is we help you do a pattern to bring it together. So what is strange about this? Okay, so I'm just giving you a couple of illustrations about a couple of techniques. Now, the other one is timeline therapy, where you can go back in time to even as far back as your ancestors, where you may have, deeply had blueprinted in your DNA a poverty blueprint, or you may have got limiting beliefs about your self-worth, or you may have ideas about social skills and things like that. We go back on your timeline and we release it, and it's so much fun. Now, we can do it through walking through time, we can do it floating through time. Yes, your imagination is so stunning, you guys, that you can even be a bird in your superconscious and float. If you're an activist, you can actually physically stand up and you can walk, right? Now, with all these modalities, just picture this for a moment. You've got these really high-moving, fast, rapid, exciting techniques in neuro-linguistic programming. And then you've got Mr. Milton Erickson's wonderful meditations, and you only have to go and listen to a meditation that I've created on this page. But then here's the strangest thing. I take my hypnotic and very powerful strategies and I actually implement it with my neuro-linguistic programming. Now, not only do I do this, but I also use kinesiology, where I can actually intuitively know where you are if you give me permission, digitally or face-to-face. It doesn't matter whether it's online or face-to-face together. Once you give me permission, I can tap in to the intuition that is telling me what you actually need. So I implement all these strategies. I write these scripts. I blend these modalities together. Now I want you to picture this. You're someone who is like many of my students. you want to get the therapy first. So you come in and you do the therapy, you get feeling really strong, you get rid of a lot of shiz. And like I had 2 people say that's just this morning, that they feel like they're a completely different person, right? And so you get rid of all that stuff, and then you say, wow, this is so good, and you feel so inspired. So you decide, I want to know how to do this, because man, if you could have the ability to know how to speak to people, like for example, communication skills, knowing how to rapport with people. Did you know that we have special magic rapport skill sets where using easy, simple language and posture, you can connect with someone like that? That's all part of the NLP communications, right? So what I do is I give you everything, and I give you from start to finish the therapy, the training, and the coaching, so that, you know what, you take the modality that totally revolutionized your life and you can become a master at it. Now, not only do I do this, guys, when I am taking people through, not only do I have scripts for my amazing meditations, and you only have to go and listen to a couple of the samples to know what they're like. I have the scripts for the powerful neuro-linguistic programmings, and I also help create, you know, that ability for you to get yourself out there and actually launch. Now that is something really unique. So I actually help launch people in their expertise, because when you have healed your soul, and when you have really studied something that you love, something so juicy, and whatever you want to be, whether you want to be a world speaker, whether you want to be a success activator, whether you want to be a wealth activator, or a business person, or a high performing coach or trainer or sports person, or you want to be the most influential parent on 2 legs. And let me tell you, I have many stories about the fact that I actually saved my daughter's life through the influential skills. When you learn and you have this juicy program in your hands, you will be unstoppable. You will be the light to the world. You will be the person that people are magnetically attracted to, and they'll just go, well, I want what that person has. And, you know, I will meet you where you're at, and I want to tell you that I am enrolling, coming soon, the Elite Crown Master Key System. Now, I call it that because it's my total, complete package. And that means that you can come in and I'll meet you at a price point that is fit for you. If you want launching, and if you want the branding, and if you want the creation of the epic ability to be able to place yourself out there with a magnificent system, you go Elite. If you want the therapy, you want the influence, you want the power, and you want the tools in your pocket so that you can use them for the rest of your life, maybe for your own purposes, for social purposes, then the Master Key System. So enrollments start in July. I will be taking an intake. I currently already have had pre-enrollments before I've launched, and I want to make that offer to you. And if you are interested, let me know. Private message me or jump on a call. I will put my discovery link. It should be called a clarity call, because it really helps you to get crystal clear about where you are at in life. I will help you on that call to define your God-given gift, and that's powerful. And then if you feel like you want to work with me, or if you've already done the work with me, let me tell you that this is going to be something that is the next level up. So this is going to upgrade you. And one more thing on that, because I've trained a lot of people in this group already. If you bought yourself a Rolls Royce, and I will call it a Rolls Royce, right? And it's a brand new, slick, beautiful Rolls Royce. Would you just drive it and drive it and drive it and never ever look after it, never clean it, never service it, despite the fact it was the most elite Rolls Royce? You would want to know firstly that to drive in it, it is absolute luxury. You would want to know that it is rock solid and it has everything you want because you are investing in it, right? But you would also, once you've invested in it, and this is an investment in your life. This is an investment in your mind. This is an investment in your body. This is something that's saved people's lives. And you could be a person who is, ready to help other people. And so you would want to make sure that despite the fact that even if you have already worked with me, you would want to have a service. You would want to make sure that you're maintained. You wouldn't want to go 6 months, 12 months, or even worse, 2 years without upgrading, up-leveling, having an oil change, because unless your life stood still and nothing happened between then and now, you would be, obviously ready for that change. And, I have mentors even at my level of expertise and with the work I've got. You have to have people you're accountable to, people that will meet you where you're at, and people that speak your language and that will help you find a new language and create the gold that you need. So that's all I got. Book in a call with me. I will be launching enrollments for the Master Key next week, and I look forward to meeting you, chatting to you, or reconnecting with you soon.